Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. This is Mira with Star Sisters Intuition. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night. And for today's reading, we are taking a look at what this new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio is shedding light on in your life. To do this reading, I've picked out 5 piles. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. I was really called to 5 piles. I usually only do 4, but for whatever reason I was called to doing 5, so I've taken 5 piles. I'm gonna add the crystals and I'll be right back. And here we have the crystals. For pile number 1 we have a shungite egg. For pile number 2 we have a yellow azestolite. For pile number 3 we have pyrite. For pile number 4 we have a rose quartz heart. And for pile number 5 we have a amethyst. Pick whichever pile, crystal, or pile number calls to you most, and that will be your reading for today. Trust your intuition as it's going to guide you the correct pile. And I'll catch you in the readings. Bye! Hello pile number 1, you have chosen the shungite egg. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. Alright, pile number 1, I have laid out your cards. We start off with the shark spirit, the high priestess, justice, death, and the king of pentacles. And wow, pile number 1, this new moon in Scorpio and this solar eclipse is shedding light on some really major things in your life. The first message I got before I even pulled your cards, the first message I got for your pile, and this might be specific to just like a few of you, I don't know, but I got a strong message of this new moon is shedding light on the events and relationships in your life that really bring you down or make you sad and make you cry. Like it's starting to shed some of your, or wanting you to put your focus and attention to those relationships and maybe why they're doing that. Is it those people that are making you cry, or maybe is it your expectations of how those people should be that make you sad because they don't live up to those expectations? I feel like that is a question or a idea that's going to be really coming into focus right now during this time for you. The other message that I got is this time is shedding light on how you can tip the scales in your favor and create the reality you want. So being the creator of your own reality, and what changes you need to make in order to find stability and grounding and confidence in your actions. And all of these huge, this is massive change that, or not massive change, but massive life events and aspects of your life that this new moon and solar eclipse is shedding that light on. And the reason it's happening is so that you can move forward towards the life that you want to live, towards the future that you want. So really, during this new moon and solar eclipse, I think it's going to be a little bit of heavy energies, but Spirit really wants you to focus on just observing these areas that they're shedding light on. Like I said, how you can tip the scales in your favor, and how you can be the creator of your own reality, because we are always creating our own reality by the choices that we make. And so focusing on the choices that you're making, what needs to be changed in your life, and where can you bring that change so that you can feel grounded and secure, stable, and confident in your actions moving forward. A lot of forward movement happening for you, and a lot of self-reflection, and really this time seems like it's a huge period of self-reflection and understanding and growth, and all of it just is to bring you towards that future that you want. What do you want out of your life? I think that's a huge question that you're going to be answering or seeing the answer to, because this light is shedding on that answer. Okay, I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck to find out any more information for this reading for pile number 1. 2 cards from this deck on any best possible decision. Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. Yet, like, this is what I think is happening for you right now. Spirit is going to be shedding light on the best possible decisions for yourself. Of course, you always have the ability and the choice to make those decisions, but it's almost like you're asking, what should I do next? Where should I go? What do I need to do in order to achieve this reality that I want, this future that I want? And Spirit's going to be shedding light on that for you, so then you can make the best possible decision. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm going to take these 2 cards because we're just going to roll. Imagination. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Imagine that future that you want. Imagine the life you want. Allow your imagination to flow. And through that imagination, you'll gain answers on what steps you need to take in order to achieve that reality and that future. The next card we have is study. Oh, we have 2 cards. Just kidding. Okay, study. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. I find it interesting that this comes right on top of the King of Pentacles, because when you think of a king, you think of someone who is well versed and well formed on the decisions he needs to make. And so that's how he's able to make those decisions. So right now, it might also be a good time to sit down and really study and observe those different pathways and the different options that you have available to you to create this future, the future that you want. And lastly, we have strength. Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. It's funny because that's exactly what the King of Pentacles represents to me, is strength and stability. So really, this new moon is shedding so much light on the strength and stability that you need in order to feel confident and grounded and sure of who you are. Now I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck to see if we can get any more information. We have Vata. And Vata is all about allowing your imagination to flow. So again, imagination, your creativity, allowing for flow to happen. Right now, really spend time focusing on the reality you want. This new moon is going to help so much in giving you the answers and the guidance in order to create that reality. What do you need to do in order to create that reality? That question is going to be answered over the course of this new moon, and I feel like it's over the next 6 months you're really gonna figure out and hone in on that ability. And one more card. One more card. Ooh, okay, there you go. So we have Atma. So focus on what your soul is calling you towards. There's been something on your mind and something that you've been feeling called towards, like a real deep calling, inner calling that you can't shake, and it's just been there. And right now, Spirit is telling you to focus in on that. Why are you being called towards that? What is this calling? Really focus in on that, and you'll be able to start walking towards it, because our inner calling, it really seeks to like bring us to the goals that we want. It is that force that drives us towards the future that we want. So really focus in on that inner calling in your soul. What is it calling you towards? And again, how can you allow this energy to help shed that light, that you can then create that change and work with spirit to walk towards the future that you want to create. I'm going to take one card from this deck, and then we'll pull some advice cards. One card from this deck for any last information for pile number 1. What else does pile number 1 want? Feeling this card here. Distinctive potential. Rely on your faith and the knowledge that nothing is impossible. Use your determination to hang in there until you realize a goal. Yet, like, that is literally everything we've been talking about. Unleash your potential. This new moon is unleashing your full potential and shedding light on the aspects that you need to either let go of, change, or bring in to your life, bring more of into your life. It's shedding light on all of your positive attributes, as well as the shadow work that you need to do. You remember, this is a new moon, so the moon is not casting a light, and so your shadows will be shown to you very clearly. Also just saw 1212, so 12, 3, or 6 is going to be really important to you. And 1212 to me, like, I personally find it to be a very lucky number, so I think you're going to have luck on your side right now. And I just got another message from the shark spirit, which just got hidden, ironically. So I'm going to keep it right here. Is to not be afraid of the challenges that may come while you're seeking this future. There may be challenges, and even right now there may be challenges that we're facing in order to create that future we want, challenges that are questioning or trying to cause some questioning to happen, cause some change. Maybe there's some friction happening, but do not be afraid of that, because ultimately you have the strength, the ability, and the power to get through it, to learn and to grow from it. Yeah, that's a big message that I got from Spirit, is to not be afraid. Allow the energies to come in and just learn and do your best to keep grounded so that you are able to stay focused and centered. All right, now let's take some last advice cards from Spirit on this reading for pile number 1. Thank you. So we have flow. Let your worries drift away. I love when Spirit does this. We were just talking about that. So yeah, allow for flow to come into your life. Allow your worries to just dissipate. Don't stress over them. Obviously, you want to address them. If you try to suppress it, it's just going to come back even more in your face and even stronger. So don't seek to suppress it, but rather seek to address it. What are these worries? Why are you afraid or maybe overwhelmed? And how can you address this in a healthy manner that's going to allow you to release those worries? And then optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. So, you know what's interesting? The first message that I got before I had pulled these cards about you feeling sad and crying, I think that this is is to give you hope and to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that again, like it says, after each rainstorm there will be clear skies. So yes, it may be hard right now, and maybe you're walking through a little bit of a challenging period in life, but it gets better. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and Spirit really wants you to focus in on that light so that you have a clear path and determination and that willpower to continue going. Pile number 1, this was your reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you're able to find the healing and the light at the end of the tunnel and focus in on it and find that beautiful future that you want. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. And I'll catch you in another reading. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, you have chosen the yellow azestolite. I'm going to keep your stone right here, and I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hi, pile number 2. So here we have your cards. We have the Eagle Spirit, the 5 of Cups, the Chariot, the Hierophant, or the Hierophant, the 4 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. So right before I pulled your cards, I got a message. Spirit has been giving me messages before I even pull the cards. So one of the messages I got, and this is like a really strong message, is to detox from social media and take some time to like put some distance between you and the people you follow or look at on your social media, and take some time for yourself. Because I think one of the things, and then this is what I got after seeing the cards, is that maybe you focus a little bit too much on other people's lives on social media, and there may be some comparison happening, which brings you down, because maybe what somebody else is portraying on social media, it's causing you to feel like, why isn't my life look like that? Why can't I do that? Or, things like that. But right now, during this new moon, it's really calling you to shift your focus and shift your attention. And I think it's going to start showing you how these relationships, whether that's a relationship with someone physically or a relationship through social media, as in like you watch them on YouTube, or you see their posts on whatever other platforms. Those are the relationships I think Spirit is calling you to focus on right now, and to see how they're serving you and how do they make you feel. Do they make you feel good, or do they kind of put you in like a not so good space, like a negative and down mood? How are they affecting your mood? I remember somebody saying, where attention goes, energy flows. It was something along those lines. So that just came into my head right now. Where your attention goes, your energy will flow. So who are you giving that attention to, and how is it making you feel? How do your energies feel afterwards? After you're done being around certain people, how does your energy feel? Do you feel uplifted, or do you feel down and drained? And that's really, like, right now there's going to be some real major light shown towards that, because oftentimes in order to achieve the type of life that we want and the relationships we want, we need to surround ourselves with the people that fit those relationships, that give us that freedom to be who we are, but at the same time we can reciprocate the energies. It's not like so one-sided. Spirit is calling you right now to see that during this new moon, this is what's going to be shed light on, is like, how much freedom do you really have in your relationships? Do you feel like you have the freedom to be in that relationship, have a good time, and work through whatever challenges may occur, because every relationship, I feel like there's levels to it, and like when you start to get deeper and deeper involved and know someone on a deeper level, you have to work through some challenges sometimes, and that might be what shows us whether that relationship is somebody we actually connect with, or if it's something like we don't really connect on that level. Spirit wants you to focus on what relationships in your life are allowing you, or what relationships do you feel you have that freedom in, and how you can bring a little bit more freedom in other relationships that you may feel you don't have it. How can you set those boundaries and create that? So it's like, take some time to really do some deeper reflections and find out what you enjoy. But the biggest message here has to do with relationships. And sometimes, like this Chariot right now is reminding me of sometimes relationships trying to like tie you down, or to put you in their box, and maybe that's not your idea of like, for example, if their idea of fun is going out to go bowling, but maybe you just don't give a shit about bowling, it's like, that's not really fun for you, but it's fun for them. So maybe they're trying to put you in a box, and that's not to say that you can't try new things and explore. And once in a while, like if somebody really cares for something, because you have a relationship with them, you like take interest, or try what they enjoy doing, but it shouldn't be one-sided. And right now I feel like there's some relationships in your life that are very one-sided, where you put so much energy in and it drains you because you're not receiving that same energy back. And maybe there's other relationships where they're trying to give you that and they're trying to be reciprocal, but maybe we're shunning them, or not putting enough energy into those relationships. So I think it's really calling you right now to focus in, because the eagle is extremely focused, and focus in on the relationships that you want, and figure out what kind of relationships you want in your life. How do you want your relationships to make you feel? And do a little bit more like inner, deeper reflections during this period, and it's really going to be shining light on these aspects. And you might already be feeling it. I have a feeling that like you've kind of like the red flags, or like the things have already been coming into your mind, but it's just about taking the time to actually put energy towards that. And again, with that like message from Spirit to detox from social media, it's probably so that you can spend that time that you would have otherwise spent on social media with yourself, and focusing in on the things that are going on in your mind and in your heart. So now we're going to take 2 cards from this deck to gain any more information from Spirit on this reading for pile number 2. Can we get some more information for pile number 2? We have true love come to me. So maybe this has to do with a romantic relationship, where maybe you're feeling a little bit tied down, or for those of you who are single, or maybe are in a good relationship, it's about continuing to find your freedom in those relationships and not becoming too attached to the relationship or to the person, and keeping a certain level of separation of your energies and their energies. That doesn't mean you can't still be together or be one. It's just that you're not becoming completely attached and involved in their personal lives and who they are, to the point where if they're feeling down, you feel down, and if they're feeling happy, you feel happy, because that attachment can become very unhealthy very quickly. And one more card from Spirit. on this reading for pile number 2. One more card. Feeling this one. Authenticity. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. So yeah, allow your authentic self to really shine through. I think it's going to be shining through during this new moon and this solar eclipse. I think you're really going to start to see who you really are and who you resonate with, along with the things that you truly like to do and the energies that you want to surround yourself with. All of those things are going to be coming to light, and you're really going to start to move towards that and put your focus and attention towards those things. Alright, so now we're going to take 2 cards from this deck on any last information for... Alright, it's a lot more than I anticipated. Oh, and your candle just went out too. So we have Parvati, and there seems to be like a lot of pink happening here, so like that energy of love almost seems to be coming in too right now. And with Parvati, she's the wife of Shiva, and their story is rather interesting because she had to ascend to her highest self and become a better version of her to then gain that focus from Shiva, because Shiva Bhagwan is very like focused in on his meditative state, and he doesn't really open his eyes or even give attention to anything else. So because of that, in order for her to gain his attention, she had to ascend herself, which at the time seemed not possible. And she also had a lot of people doubting her. So what I kind of get from this is, if you want your life to look a certain way, if you want your relationships to look a certain way, you have to focus and work on yourself first. And if for some of you, I got that maybe you are seeking a romantic relationship and you have an idea of what you want from it or how you want that other person to be. In order for that to happen, I think you first need to become that yourself. You need to find that love within yourself and treat yourself in that manner. During this new moon, I think there's a lot of things that are going to be shedding light to how you should be treating yourself. And again, as we said, how you should be treating yourself in terms of your relationships as well, and how the things that you should accept and shouldn't accept. The next card we have is Atma, which is your soul. So I also kind of feel like for some of you, it's important to figure out who really resonates with you on that deep level, what relationships really resonate with you on a deep level. Try to find your own energetic levels and see where you're at, and focus in on your soul. Again, with the eagle, it's all about focus. Hone in on your energies, your soul, and through that you'll be able to find and attract the relationships that you want in your life. Ooh, I just gotta chill. Alright, so the next card we have is Agnya, and it's very interesting to me that you have Agnya, which is the third eye, and then you have the yellow azestolite stone that you chose, which is also very much connected to our third eye, and it's helpful in intuition. So if you have yellow azestolite, I think you should keep that near you right now, because I think it'll help you to utilize your intuition and your third eye to see beyond the material and to see how these relationships truly affect you, and really get deeper into it, like the Hierophant. You know, study these relationships deeper, move past the material surface level stuff, and see the deeper aspects of these relationships. And I think that's what's really going to be uncovered and brightened up. And I totally forgot that your candle had went out. what I get that to be is like you're finally moving past just the what's already being shown to you, and you're really digging deeper to see the darker, more shadowy aspects. Next we have Pitta, which is all about the balance between the fiery and watery energies. So like I see like a balance happening between finding time to enjoy relationships with others and also finding time to enjoy relationships with yourself. Last card we have is Tejas, which to me again represents that taking that time to do inner reflections, and it also like gives me like that calm state, and you'll just start to see yourself and see what your true worth is and not sell yourself short in relationships. I wanted to get one more card, this deck right here. One more card for pile number 2. Can we get one more card for pile number 2? Any last messages from Spirit? I feel this one. Clearing the excess. You are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space. And that really ties in so well, because during this this new moon, by clearing out the things that are maybe bogging you down, you can start to see more. Like, you know, for example, in an entire room, if it's just filled to the brim with stuff, not only will you not be able to find whatever you're looking for, but you also won't be able to see what's beyond the first, like what you initially see as you enter. You won't see what's in the back of the room. So what I get from that is, again, clear out that space. And like we were saying, you'd start to dig a little deeper and to see, because once you start clearing out the surface level stuff, you'll get to deeper and deeper things. And that's what I think is happening for you. And that light that's being shed right now during this new moon and this solar eclipse period, it's shedding light on this like heavily for you. So now we'll take some advice from Spirit that fell on the floor. I'll be right back. So the card is Rescue, help others in need, or ask for assistance when you need it. And yeah, if you need that help to figure out, seek that guidance. And what I also get is, when you want to see who's truly there for you in terms of your relationships, see how they respond to your asks for help, or your when you ask for help, see how they respond to you. Because if they're really there for you, they're going to help you, or at the very least they will let you know that, you know, I don't really know how to help you, I'll try my best, but maybe they don't really have the answers. Not everybody does. So it's not about whether they actually help you or not, but rather, or whether they can actually help you or not, but rather, are they willing to help you? Are they willing to be a part of your life? Pile number 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you like this reading, and I hope you're able to enjoy the relationships in your life, enjoy freedom within those relationships, and no longer allow yourself to be tied down to relationships that drain your energies. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. You have chosen the pyrite, and I'm going to keep your crystal right here. And I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hello, pile number 3. I have laid out your cards. We start off with the Owl, the Empress, Knight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Magician. So, the message I got is that a lot of you are finally starting to plant the seeds for something new. And what this time, this new moon in Scorpio and this solar eclipse, it's going to be shedding light on the lessons that you've learned from your past. So whatever lessons those might be, all of the past events that have happened, you're going to reflect on those past occurrences and learn from those past experiences. And those lessons that you learn, that Spirit is shedding light on during this period, you're going to take those lessons with you so you can use those on this new journey. So you can plant new seeds and spark that new journey and start that. Now, of course, everybody's journey is going to be different. Some of you, it may literally be journey to parenthood, learning from the mistakes of your own parents, healing those things and using those lessons to help you in this journey of parenthood. For others of you, it could be a new job. Maybe you've now learned lessons from your past job, and your past experiences from that job are going to help you through this reflection period. It's going to help you in this new job that you're going into. It's going to help you so that you can stand up for yourself, but also in terms of your work itself, it can help you become better at whatever it is that you're doing. For others of you, it could be school. Maybe your past semesters have all taught you lessons, and now you know how to schedule out your days, and you know how much work to take on before you need a break. And that could obviously apply for your job too. But whatever that situation might be, you are learning lessons. That's what's going to be shed light on during this new moon period. And for a lot of you, I see it's not just this new moon period, but I see this is like a catalyst to propel you forward into that mindset of learning lessons from the past experiences and constantly reflecting on the past experiences so that you can learn and grow and continue moving forward. And because we have the owl, again, I see that like inner reflection, that learning and that deep knowing. And for the last pile, the candle went out, and again, this candle went out too. So really, like this period, the shadows are really going to start to be pushed forward. Like, you're going to see those things from your past, and it's going to help you so much in your new journey, in propelling you forward. You're going to be planting those seeds so that you can start to use this time of fertility, because like this period of time seems very fertile for you. You're going to be able to use this period to create whatever it is that you want to create, whether that's in your job, in your life, like your family life or your personal life or whatever it may be. It doesn't really matter. This period is going to be super fertile for you. So using that energy to create what you want is going to help you so much. And this time for reflection, it may be a little bit slow, but it may seem slow to you, but I see it also actually moving by really quickly. So your reflections, while they may seem like it's dragging on, it's actually going at a really quick speed, and you're going to be able to reflect and move forward at a much quicker speed than you expected. There's like a lot of creative flow happening. I also think this period of time is going to be shedding light on what you need to create and what kind of outcomes you want. And based on the outcomes you want, you can then take steps towards that. But it's really going to be shedding a lot of light on what you want out of life. I think there's going to be a lot of asking those deep questions of what do I want out of this life? And you're finally going to be seeking those answers through this reflection period. Remember, we are the light. We shine that light onto those dark areas. And that's what this period of time is really going to be great for that. I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck to see if we can get any more information on this reading. What else Spirit wants to add to this reading? One more card on what Spirit wants to add to this reading. Alright, that was 2 cards, so we'll take it. We have, this was at the bottom of the deck. Wow. So we have passion, yes. Rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. So allow your passions to come through. Really find that passion. Like sometimes we have to dig a little deep to find the passion within us. We have to do some soul searching, as they say. It's a lot of reflections and inner work through which your passions will ignite. Then we have success, which is 11-12. That's really interesting. It says, success that's true belongs to me, success with honor, integrity. Think of the outcome you want. I feel like a lot of times people, especially in this, this society, we tend to have the idea that we need to chase success. But if you're chasing success, if you're chasing something, you're always going to be behind it. Not until you actually have success in your hand, and in which case you're no longer chasing it, it's in your hand. And when it's in your hand, you're with it. You're side by side. So it's not a matter of chasing it. You need to stop chasing success and rather just be in that energy of success. And right now, with this new moon, I think it's going to be showing you how you can be in this energy of success. What makes you feel like you've been successful. And that feeling and that energy is going to help you and guide you to continue feeling that way and actually attain what you want. And the last card we have is Harvest. And I find it just so interesting that you had Harvest along with the Empress and the Seven of Pentacles, and we were talking about like the fertility and the pregnancy and all of that. And harvest is the same thing. When you plant those seeds, only until those seeds grow and come to maturity can you reap a harvest. So it says, as the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. So yeah, allow for that harvest to come in. Be ready to receive these blessings. Open yourself up. And even if the period and this time period is a little bit of heavy energy, allow those energies to help you find how are you being held back by your shadows. And allow that to come forward. And be ready to receive. To be in that mode of receiving, that energy of receiving. And again, this Scorpio new moon is shedding some serious light in your life on how you can reap this ultimate success. Whatever success looks like for you, it's different for everybody. How you can reach that and how you can reap the rewards of you planting those seeds and taking care of them. How you can reap that harvest. I'm going to take 2 more cards from this deck to see if we have any more messages from Spirit for pile number 3 on this reading. So we have Buddhi. Yeah. Wow. Buddhi is all about the mind. It's all about using your mind. And again, with the owl, using your mind, it's just so fitting. Using your mind, figuring out what those shadows are, and starting to really allow yourself to express those things and bring it to light so that you can heal it, and use those lessons that you've learned, use those to then propel you forward. Next card we have is asana, one of the 8 stages of yoga, and it's all about stillness. I find it interesting because you have a bird here and a bird here. It's an owl and an eagle. So if some of you are attracted to pile number 2, there's definitely a message there for you. But with the winged like animals, 2 birds, and both of them are sitting still, they're not actually flying. I get the idea of the fact that you need a little bit of stillness in your life, a little bit of calm. And even with the Buddhi card, it's like they're calm. And again, with the Empress too, like she's just calm and relaxed, and she's just waiting, like just watching and observing. So taking that time again to observe and learn your lessons from past experiences, to then look forward and see how you can apply those to your life right now, so that you can create the life that you want. It's funny because pyrite is also connected with like intellect and our mind and intelligence. So yeah, like really doing that like mental reflection. Take 1 card from this deck, and then we'll pull some advice cards and to get any last advice. Can we get one more message from Spirit on this reading for pile number 3? One more message. I'm feeling this one. We have, wow, that's wild. Childlike devotion. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. That's reminding me so much of this Page of Pentacles right here. And it's very interesting how they fall right on top of each other. You don't need to be so harsh on yourself. Allow yourself to learn these lessons in a childlike energy where it's like, yeah, maybe you made some mistakes, but you're going to get up with enthusiasm and continue moving forward. Because when children fall or hurt themselves, they may cry, but ultimately they get right back up. Allow for some flow in your life and some fun too with this childlike devotion. And this new journey started off with a fun and like enthusiastic attitude. This time for reflection is going to show you that you just need a little bit more enthusiasm and more fun in your life. So let's take some last advice from Spirit. I love these advice cards because they're always so on point. Thank you. Lastly, we have recharge. There's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. Wow. Okay. Yes, recharge. Remember with asana, take some time for stillness. And stillness doesn't literally mean standing still, but it just means not overcommitting yourself to where you don't have time to do the things that you want and the things that bring you that enjoyment and the time to reflect. So what I see coming in is you're getting this period of recharge. Now how you use it is going to be entirely up to you, but Spirit wants you to know that you can use this time, this recharging time, to reflect and to understand your past and come to terms with it so that you can learn from that. And again, walking on the beach, it really is. Walking on the beach is such a beautiful way to like calm yourself. The waves crashing, the sand between your feet, like that is just so relaxing. But not just that, but like walking in grass or just being out in nature some way, somehow. Pile number 3, this was your reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you're able to use this period to reflect and learn those lessons so that you can move forward and apply them in a beautiful and enthusiastic way. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You have chosen the rose quartz heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here, and I'm going to lay out your cards. But before that, I wanted to let you know that I just got a message from Spirit. I don't really know how this will apply to the reading, obviously, because I haven't laid out the cards, but there's something that you are going after, or you're getting, like, you feel like you're getting so close to something and yet it's not happening. I don't really know how that will work out, but yeah, that was like a message that I got from Spirit. So now I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. So here we have your cards. We start off with the Panther Spirit, the Five of Wands, the Tower, Three of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Pentacles. What I get from all of this, especially with the message that I had first received, is maybe Spirit is, during this time, during this new moon, going to be shedding light on why you're feeling that whatever you're working towards isn't happening. Like getting deeper into the why of it not happening, and I feel like it's going to be shedding light on your Tower moment, or other people might even be talking about either your Tower moment or their Tower moment, where everything kind of like just breaks down. And so that's basically what a Tower moment is, where we completely, like, everything changes because the structure that we previously had is gone, and now, or it is in the process of it being broken down. So everything starts to change. Like right now, this period, it seems like other people might be talking about either your Tower moment and bringing it up to you, or their own Tower moment. And either way, if through those talks, I feel like you're going to be getting like a aha moment, and it's like it's going to like spark like a trigger, a thing inside of you where it's like, oh my god, I finally get it now. You know, like, I've been asking these questions, like I'm trying to figure out why this isn't working out, and whatever that talk is, whether it's those people talking about their experiences or they're talking to you about yours, it's gonna trigger that moment of like, aha, I figured it out. I also think that this is a very specific message. There's gonna be some light shed about your ancestors, or like people that you were close to. They could still be alive today, but a lot of them could have been passed on. I think there's going to be some knowledge and some light shared and gained about them during this period. You're going to get like some news about them, and so for some of you that may also trigger that aha moment, and like ancestral karma, they say, and like ancestral baggage. I feel like you're going to be working to clear that out during this period. Overall, this Scorpio period is going to be shedding some light on that. I also feel like some of you have some deep-rooted fears of being attacked by others, or just in general, like fears of being attacked or not being a part of something. Your fears are going to be coming out during this period in time, and you're really going to start to see them like come full circle. And through that, I think you're going to see that maybe there's some fears that weren't really ours, but we've taken on through other people around us, maybe ancestors or friends or whoever it may be. And I think you're going to be given an opportunity to work through these fears. So like right now, these fears are going to come to light. They're going to be shown to you so that you can work through them and find healing. And you know, the rose quartz heart is all about that, like connection to our heart, connection to like love and like healing and things like that. So maybe even just using the energy or trying to keep yourself in the energy of love will help you to move through this period, even if it is a little bit heavy, to move through it without too many problems. I also got a message of don't make too many rash decisions during this period. Rash decisions or commitments out of like FOMO, or like fear of missing out, or even excitement, because there may be like, you may come to later on realize that you really didn't want to make that decision. So try to logically think about your decisions before you make them, and allow your intuition to guide you as well, so you're not just jumping into something without really thinking it through, because that can sometimes happen during this period. Pile number 4, I see you gaining so much through this, like so much understanding about your Tower moment, whether it's happening right now, it already happened, or it's still yet to come. If it's yet to come, I think, and we have multiple, like lots of Tower moments throughout our life, so this could be speaking of one that already passed, one that you may be going through right now, or maybe one in the future. And if in regards to the one in the future, I think it's almost like asking you to continue the work and that you're putting in, and to just allow things to flow as they will, and maybe even seek some help during those moments, like from people you trust, or even professionals. Like whatever help you need, seek that help, and try to surround yourself with people who have really high and good energies that are going to uplift your mood rather than bring you down. I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck to see if we have any messages from Spirit for pile number 4. Whoa. Okay, well, we have the 2 cards. We have Justice. By the power of 3 by 3, Mott deliver justice to me. So again, seeking that balance, and knowing that this Tower moment is going to bring you to that equilibrium state, and bring you the justice that you may be looking for. Again, out of the figuring out why you have those fears, and that feeling maybe of not being able to achieve your goals. And it's just going to show you your fears and help you to bring balance in your life. Then the next card we have is Love, and we were talking about that with the rose quartz heart. So it says, Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. Again, try staying as much as you can in that energy of love, that high frequency state. Surround yourself with people that you love, that you want to be around, that uplift your mood. And try, even like when you're doing work too, try to create an environment that is uplifting and gives you that energy of a loving environment. So whatever you need to do for that, it's like lighting a candle or putting some flowers or whatever it may be. Try keeping yourself like surrounded, both physically and even like mentally and spiritually, in that energy. And it's gonna really help you to, one, face your fears and overcome them. And even if you don't overcome your fears, because it's not always about overcoming them, but sometimes it's just like learning to understand them and see their root cause, so that you can work with it and not allow it to take over your life. We'll take 2 cards from this deck and get any last information, or I think we have one more deck, and then some advice cards. So let's see, what does Spirit want? Ooh, okay. This is unbelievable. These are the same 2 cards that came out for pile number 3. So if you were called to pile number 3, definitely go check it out. But there seems to just be, in general, like a lot of a similar energy, and people I feel like are going through a lot of the same thing right now. And so take the asana is let me introduce you to the cards. This is Buddhi and Asana. So Buddhi is all about using your mind and intellect and knowledge, and it's about gaining that knowledge as well. So again, like whatever this period of time is shedding light on, like those fears and those like deeper things, you're going to be gaining so much knowledge and wisdom through that, through understanding and learning about those things. And it is also like asana is about a period of stillness. It's one of the 8 stages of yoga. So taking that time for stillness and allowing stillness in your life, that doesn't necessarily mean not doing anything, but that could mean doing things that you enjoy doing, that bring you like a sense of calm and peace, is going to be really beneficial. And another message I just got, because this panther is like, it's like attacking, or like it's like in an aggressive state, try to keep your energies calm, because the aggressive state, like, it's necessary in times, but with yourself, like, don't be too aggressive with yourself is the message that I'm getting. So try to keep the way you interact with yourself in a calm manner, so that you're not stressing yourself out, or doing an injustice to yourself. Like the justice card, like, you don't want to be doing injustice to yourself. And so yeah, with the asana, it's like find that serenity and that peace, that inner peace, to help you, because then you can draw from that inner peace and that like ability to find that serenity in chaos. When your tower moments are happening, you'll be able to find that. And I think all of that is being like opened up to you during this new moon and this solar eclipse. And over the next several months, I see you really coming into this understanding. Life can be peaceful and happy, and you can find that serenity in the midst of chaos. Now we'll take one card from this deck on anything Spirit would like to add to this reading for pile number 4. Any last... Okay, we'll take 2. So we have Adrift in Shallow Water. Is this 2? Yeah. Adrift in shallow water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. Wow. Yeah, really hone in on your inner self, find your inner peace, enjoy the small things in life, and try not to overthink or worry over much. And then the next card we have is Convey Your Meaning. Reflect on the way you communicate with others and with yourself. We were just talking about that. Be sure to express your thoughts and feelings from your heart and with respect and sincerity. And what was I saying about the rose quartz heart? It's like, again, being in that energy of love and allowing that energy to help you to communicate with yourself and others, so that you're not being overly aggressive or attacking or feeling attacked over every small thing, basically. Now we're going to take 2 advice cards. Okay, from Spirit. Move. Barnacles only grow on a docked ship. So I think this means physically, try to be a little bit more active, so that you're engaging, like allowing for flow to happen. And you know, it's interesting because like when we move, and this doesn't even have to be like large amounts of movement, like a heavy intense workout or anything, but like even just a little like shimmy or whatever, just a small dance, that movement helps us so much, like mentally and spiritually, along with physically, because we're able to allow for that flow to happen. Then we have direction. Trust your inner compass and find your bearings. So I think it's like trust your intuition to get you through these challenging times, and like to help you move through like your fears and work through them and even understand them, even if you don't ever you come to the place of where like I don't fear that anymore. But it's like help your allow your intuition to help you move through it, so you can understand those fears and work with them. to where it's no longer consuming your life. Pile number 4. Have I been calling you pile number 3 this whole time? Your pile number 4, definitely pile number 4. Pile number 4, that was your reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you're able to move through and find your fears, work with them so that they are no longer consuming you. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload, and I'll catch you in another reading. I'm also sending you lots of love and light. Bye. Hi, pile number 5. Welcome. Here's my first pile number 5. You have chosen the amethyst. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. Oh, before I lay out your cards, I have to mention that I just saw the number 33. And so 3 might be really important or significant to you. Yeah. So now let me lay out your cards and I'll be right back. And here we have your cards. We start off with the Buffalo Spirit, the Hermit, the Two of Pentacles, right reversed, right next to the Two of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So, right off the bat, what I get is that this new moon and solar eclipse in Scorpio is going to be shedding light on where you need to bring in more balance emotionally and physically. So like what parts of your life or your emotions, where do you need to bring in that balance? So where are you giving too much energy and where are you not receiving enough energy? So get that this time period is going to be showing you what you need to give your attention to. It's going to be shedding light on where you need to focus your attention and how you can balance doing inner work and finding solitude, but also enjoying the company of others and being around other people while not draining your energy. So like, because sometimes like I get that you may find that your energies are depleted or drained after you've hung around people or just been out of your own company. And so I think that's because maybe you're like the give and take is not balanced. So I feel like this new moon right now is going to be shedding a lot of light on how you can balance that and how you can find and achieve that balance. It's going to be showing you where you're spending a lot of time with yourself and how you can bring in the company of others, or where you're spending too much time with other people and bring in the company of yourself, like bring in your own company. And it's really interesting because the clouds just parted and so the sun just came full force here, and so it's like again that shedding of light, and it's almost again like the clouds parting. It's like metaphorical, but it actually happened. Like the clouds are parting for you to see these different aspects and different parts of you, and how you again can bring in that balance. And with the Buffalo Spirit, I really feel like it's calling you this period, actually this period in general, like for most of the readings today, it's like calling for past reflections and doing reflections on the past and really deeply analyzing the past. So with the Buffalo Spirit, it's almost like I get the idea that you can gently observe your past. And you know, buffalo are very interesting because they can be super gentle and calm, but at the same time they can be really aggressive and like move forward really aggressively, because you know they do have that aggressive nature as well. So it's kind of again about bringing that balance to like where you can move forward aggressively when you need to, but you can also take that time to take a step back and calm down, relax, and take time for yourself, basically. And because it's interesting that we have this lightning going across this buffalo, which when lightning hits, it illuminates all that general area. This balance is going to be like, it's going to be like a lightning strike, just illuminating all of these different areas, figuratively speaking. It's really going to show you where you need to balance and where you need to find balance in your life. And I think Spirit's going to help you and guide you on how you can achieve that. Take 2 cards from this deck. Okay. Wow. Spirit was really ready for this pile. See, like, I wasn't going to have a 5th pile, but I was called to keep this pile, like, or to put a 5th pile. It was a strong calling, so I see that Spirit has some strong messages for you guys. Sensuality, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. And that's a 21 breaks down to a 3, and I saw that 33 before this reading, or like literally before I had pulled the cards. So 3 is definitely a big number here, but with sensuality, I think it's like bringing a little bit more of your like sensual side out and allowing for that freedom and that flow to happen. And yeah, and just like learning to balance those things. Knowledge, that's funny because you have the Hermit and knowledge. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. That's really interesting because above and below, like, this is coming right above that, or right on top of that. So I think right now is a time for you to really connect and find that balance of learning and observing, going within and doing that deep reflection while enjoying your life and going out and exploring and doing whatever makes you happy when you're out and about. That could be spending time with people, or, you know, taking a walk outside, whatever the case may be. Like, just finding that balance between spending time with yourself and spending time with others, learning and applying that knowledge, like, or just enjoying and doing things that are not learning and not deep reflections, like finding that balance between both. Sometimes when we get into the mode of doing like the inner work, we can forget or like push aside other things that we want to do, other desires that we have. And so right now it's like shedding that light of, you need to find balance between doing the inner work but also enjoying your life. Now we'll take 2 cards from this deck to see what messages Spirit has for you. Pile number 5. It's so odd saying pile 5 because, like, I'm not used to it, but I actually rather enjoy it. Alright, let's see 2 messages that Spirit has for pile 5. Any last messages? I think I'm feeling this one right here. Okay, so we have Santosha, which is about like Santosh, which is peace and like calm. I also just got a message like looking to something greater. So take that as it applies, but keeping your outcomes and your goals in mind, I think, of what you would like out of this life, why you seek to achieve this balance, what this balance will look like for you. And niyamas. So niyamas is all about observing the self, and it's one of the 8 stages of yoga. So yeah, self-observance. So again, finding that balance of like seeking your goals and looking towards something bigger and better, but also looking inwards at the same time. Like with niyamas, it's about self-observance, and santosh is finding peace. It could be peace within too, but like peace externally as well, you know, so finding that balance of like external things and internal things. The light is being shed on that. It's already started, but over the course of the next several months, I see it's like picking up in intensity. Now we'll take one last card from this deck on a final message from Spirit on this reading for pile number 5. What does Spirit have for pile number 5? I'm kind of feeling that. Clearing the excess. That's very interesting. It came up for another pile as well, but what I kind of see, it says, you are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space. Which is kind of interesting because we were talking about like finding external peace as well as internal peace and doing that inner work. So it's like finding out how you can clear the excess clutter in your physical space, your external space, so that internally, because the two kind of work hand in hand, so internally that you're able to clear that excess. Now let's take any last advice cards from Spirit before we end this reading. I want one more. There we go. Voyage. Set sail on a new course. So, I think right now Spirit is advising you to try and find something that is going to drive you so that you can find this balance. Try a different course of action, so you're not just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Like if you do the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same outcome. So if you want a different outcome, you need to try something new, try something different. And the next card we have is ambition. Set your sights beyond the horizon. So look beyond, and that's also the same thing with like the Knight of Cups and the Hermit too. It's like look beyond the front of it, things like seek to see beyond that, and through that I think you'll be able to gain that inner reflection and that ability to really find that balance in your life, in all aspects of your life too. It's not like just one aspect over the other. It's like you're finding balance in all aspects of your life. Pile number 5, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. That was your reading. I hope you're able to find this balance and really take advantage of this time when shedding light on these different areas and come to equilibrium. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload, and I'll catch you in another reading. I'm also sending you lots of love and light. Bye.